With us on the telephone once again, Stephen Weisbart, Senior Vice President, Chief Economist for the Insurance Information Institute. Now, of course, we say life is number one, right? And everybody needs to stay safe. But now we move to insurance where people are trying to protect their property and the like. You're going to see, obviously, a lot of people putting in claims of billions of dollars likely. Are you seeing any numbers? And what is the order? Is it business? Is it home? Is it flooding? What is the order of the more likely to see for insurance?
Well, I think the sequence will be the people who can file claims earliest and the people whose property and other claims are most accessible to the adjusters. A lot depends. We talked about areas that are without power. If it's impossible for adjusters to visit properties that are damaged in those areas, then they will be secondary to areas that the adjusters can get to more quickly. And that's obviously not a function of anything other than what the actual circumstances are in each area. It's possible that because the storm initially hit further south and is now moving up the coast, that the areas towards the south that are now clear again may be able to get out and begin the process of filing claims, whereas those that are currently undergoing the storm damage or soon will have to wait until after the storm has passed.
Stephen, it's Adam Shapiro in Daytona Beach. I was curious. I know that states throughout the United States have regulations that require insurance companies to have enough capital when there is a disaster to pay out the claims. Does anyone know the status of the insurance companies right now? I mean, there's so many more people live in Florida and in Georgia on the coasts. I would assume and I would hope that the insurance companies are ready to pay out the claims. Is there any reason to be concerned about that?
No, I would think not, Adam. The industry as a whole is extremely well capitalized. I mean, they've had quite a nice buildup of capital beyond what is expected under normal circumstances for claims. In the case of the state of Florida, you have something of an unusual situation in that a good many of the companies operating there are fairly new and fairly small. And as a result, they may be a little less strongly capitalized, but you have to remember that if they get into financial trouble, the state has a system, every state has a system of backstop that where the state would come in, potentially raise money from the other more strongly capitalized insurance companies and make sure that every legitimate claim would be paid.
Steve, I know that people say that you should have wind insurance and flood insurance. Is there anything else a homeowner that's in a hurricane zone needs to have to protect their assets? No, I wouldn't think so, although I would make sure that if you're operating a small business, that you have what's called business interruption or sometimes business income continuation insurance. Because just because the property is damaged doesn't mean that's the extent of your loss. If you can't use your business location to continue to generate the income and profits that it otherwise would provide, there's separate insurance for that.
Stephen, quickly, I just wanted to ask you, we've heard from Brian Kilmeade, who's on our sister station, obviously, at Fox News Channel, and he made the note that it's so key to take the before and after pictures and how helpful that is when you put in a claim. Do you find that to be true, that people should take the before and afters?
Absolutely. The documentation of the damage that you've incurred, the more careful and extensive documentation you have, both the quicker will be the claim adjustment and also the more successful.
All right, Stephen Weisbart, Senior Vice President, Chief Economist for the Insurance Information Institute. Thanks for the details there. Thank you.